There is porn on YouTube, and that's the straightforward version of it because it is much more deeply rooted than that. The worst part is that literal kids see this content. I just want to let you know I'm not a professional, so this video isn't going to be best. I'm just trying to spread awareness. Now, I'm going to start with the ads, and I'll start with this one because it genuinely infuriates me. Now, if you're not of Christ, then you might not understand this at first, but it is literally taking the words of the Lord Jesus Christ and twisting them into such a twisted way only Satan would do. It genuinely infuriates me. Like, both of these are lust. Now, I'm gonna go over YouTube's sexual and nudity policies because they make it very clear what content is allowed and what content is not. Explicit content meant to be sexually gratifying is not allowed on YouTube. Posting pornography, male assaulting, content removal, or channel termination. Now, this part of the policy states, and any other YouTube product or feature. What's another YouTube feature? Ads. Now, there's actually a trend with these types of ads because, see, it doesn't matter if you're into that type of content. Either way, you're gonna get those ads. And there could be a couple reasons for that. If you didn't catch that, it's because most of the ads are based off the Google Play Store. And YouTube's policies and Google Play's policies are actually different despite the fact that they're both products of Google. Now remember, kids are also on this platform who just happen to be scrolling by. And what happens if they see that ad and get curious? And talking about kids, this is genuinely disgusting. And if you need me to fill in the blank, it's P, the P word, it's CP. And that isn't the only one. There are a lot more comments like that. Thankfully, YouTube actually takes down a lot of these comments, but there's still so many of those comments floating around YouTube. And let's take SML, a great channel that I watch. When they upload a video, right after it, a lot of these comments, the bottom one, appear up. And if you don't know, if you click on their profile, they usually have a link, and it's porn. Now let's go back to this policy I mentioned, which also mentioned comments. Thankfully, most of those comments get taken down after about an hour or so, but there's still some floating around. Now, thankfully, none of it's hardcore, and most of it is just softcore, but kids still consume this. I mean, the original video had 1.4 million views. Like, seriously? Now, the profile picture of this comment was really explicit. And then let's talk about thumbnails. I mean, like, I feel like you probably make this out and see what it is, and it's actually genuinely crazy that YouTube just doesn't care about this. Another important thing to mention is that this is YouTube's policies on thumbnails, which the thumbnail previously shown clearly violates. And I mean, most of the comments on these videos, they're either bots or kids, and I really like to think it's the first part. I really like to think that these are just bots, but the reality is that these are probably kids. And it might not seem like a big problem since most of it is just softcore, but even then, all it takes is just a couple of videos. They'll start to get addicted and their lives will end up getting fucked over. And even then, that's not the biggest problem. Let's go back to this comment. I mean, looking at adult porn is one thing, seeing the distribution of it is a whole different other thing, and seeing the distribution of child P is a whole different other thing. And it might seem like a fake comment, but it's real, and it's not the only one. And I mean, even though these type of comments and content is rare to find on YouTube, thankfully, it's still in there, and it's still a big problem that YouTube needs to immediately take care of. Anyway, I was just trying to spread awareness. Also, huge thanks to Surf for inspiring this video. I didn't even think about making this video until I saw his video, so make sure to go check his video out. It's much better and much more in-depth.